All I did was light a single stick of incense in prison, and somehow had every big shot on the planet holding emergency meetings overnight. Even the most feared inmates, guys with bodies on their hands, dropped to their knees and started praying. All because my incense was just a little different from normal. Just last week, I was a regular college senior. I refused to sell the Kunlun Mountain passed down through my family, and got sentenced to death for it. Thrown straight into prison. Once inside, I buried myself in an ancient bronze text. I had a feeling. The way out was hidden somewhere in those pages. Then by chance, I found half a pack of cigarettes wedged under my bunk. It hit me. Taoist ritual offerings. Maybe cigarettes could work as a substitute for incense. The smell drifted out. All 7 cellmates looked over. The big middle-aged guy closest to me walked up with a grin. "Hey, new guy, I'm not tired tonight. How about we take a little trip to the bathroom, have a chat?" I ignored him completely and stuck 3 cigarettes into the ash. Watching them burn, the ancient bronze text flickering in my mind, I knew I'd made the right call. I ignored him and he lost it. He swung a hard slap at me and spat. "You've got some nerve!" I dodged back and kicked him flat on the ground. He struggled back to his feet, ripped off a bedsheet to use as a weapon, then met my eyes. Cold. Dead still. "Sun Qiang, you're dying tonight." The guard on duty heard the noise and showed up at the cell door. "Sun Qiang, you have any idea who this new guy is? Pull this again and everyone's going to solitary." Sun Qiang stared at me, completely thrown off. How do you know my name?" I didn't answer. Ignored him again and went back to making my bed. Sun Qiang was furious after the warning, but he didn't dare push it. He told himself there'd be another chance. I lay down and focused entirely on the ancient text in my mind. The incense had worked. The bronze book was awake, radiating this ancient worn energy. Its front was still shrouded in mist, and the back was covered in rust, ancient symbols hidden underneath. The moment I kicked Sun Qiang, the mist cleared. His name appeared on the book, every moment from birth to now, and everything still to come, laid out right in front of me. The instant the book woke up, I just knew. This was the book of life and death. No living thing in this world escapes its record. But mine? I couldn't see my own. My past and future were buried in fog, completely blank. I also discovered this book was priceless. Every cultivation technique and divine power that had ever existed since the beginning of the universe, even ones completely lost to history, had been copied into this book. One in particular caught my eye, a technique called the Immortal Burning Scripture. The Immortal Burning Scripture devours everything. Any source of energy works. And the thick yin energy soaking this prison? Perfect fuel. Before I knew it, I'd been cultivating well into the dead of night. Suddenly, the bunk next to me started creaking. Sun Qiang's face was twisted in agony, gasping like he couldn't catch his breath. "It hurts! God, it's killing me!" I didn't even flinch. When the first light of dawn hit me, I realized I hadn't slept at all, but I wasn't tired. If anything, I felt stronger than I ever had in my life. 6 inmates dragged themselves up at the morning bell, going through the motions, dressing, washing up, folding their blankets into perfect squares. One guy, a buddy of Sun Qiang's, noticed he still hadn't moved and gave him a light tap. "Wake up, man, it's roll call." He shook him harder, and then a blood-curdling scream tore through cell 56. Wang Junsheng, who'd been on night duty, came rushing in and found Sun Qiang already gone. "Nobody leaves this cell until we get answers. Nobody!" A prison doctor in a white coat showed up fast. Preliminary call, cardiac arrest. It was already in the inmate's file. But other causes couldn't be ruled out. Everyone in the cell needed to be questioned. The 6 cellmates watched Sun Qiang get carried out. Their minds were all over the place. Wang Junsheng called in another guard, and together they started questioning all 7 of us. "Bro, that dude is seriously off. Like some kind of fortune teller, I swear." "Fortune teller? Nah, more like a death dealer." "Officer, please move him to another cell, I'm serious. He sat up all night with his legs crossed. Didn't sleep once, that's not normal. I'm freaked out." Wang Junsheng and his partner exchanged a glance, both fighting hard to keep straight faces. Years of professional training, and they didn't crack. Not unless it was truly impossible to hold back. Wang Junsheng snapped back to business. "Your cellmates say you're some kind of fortune teller. So what, you predicted Sun Qiang's time of death last night?" I stayed completely calm under his questioning. "What do you think, officer? We're both adults here. Let's stick to science." That stopped both of them cold. I'd only just arrived last night. We'd never crossed paths before. So how did I know Sun Qiang's last name? Wang Junsheng had a short fuse. He slammed the table. "Answer what I ask. Cut the crap. You're a lowlife, and I've got plenty of ways to make your life hell in here." My eyes were sharp and steady. No expression. I looked at him like I could see right through him, and it made him uneasy in a way he couldn't explain. The rest of the questioning was routine. I kept it simple. I was asleep. I didn't know anything about Sun Qiang's death. At dinner, Wang Junsheng came back. He sent the other 6 out to get food and kept me behind. Said he had something to talk about. I smirked, saw it coming. Once everyone was out of earshot, Wang Junsheng pulled out a steaming hot bento box. "Seems like you knew I'd show up." I didn't answer, just grabbed the chopsticks and started shoveling food into my mouth. Wang Junsheng went quiet and watched. When I was nearly done, he handed me a bottle of water. I gave a quick nod of thanks. I took the water. Wang Junsheng was getting impatient. I gave him a nod, confirming it. "Prove it then. Calling Sun Qiang's heart attack doesn't cut it on its own." I looked straight at him and laid it out calm as ever. You're 29, not married, but you've been with your girlfriend for 6 years. Had the whole wedding planned out. Then her mom suddenly demanded an extra $500K in bride price. You can't afford it, and you refuse to move in with her family. It's been eating you alive. Wang Junsheng had a whole speech ready. Every word of it died in his throat. Nobody could lay out his situation that precisely unless they were the real deal. He couldn't think of another explanation. Want to know why she changed her mind? A relative hooked her up with someone better, a mid-level manager at a big private company. That's why she raised the price. She's trying to push you out the door. It hit him like a thunderbolt. He sat there like a statue, couldn't get a single word out. I stood up, stretched like a teacher about to drop some wisdom. Come on, man, don't go crying over this. This isn't over. Trust me, I can get you out of that bride price entirely. I'll even have her mom throwing in a car on top of it. Wang Junsheng's eyes went sharp with suspicion. I don't think for a second you're a good person. I'm not doing anything sketchy, and I'm definitely not spending the rest of my life in here with you. I chuckled and tapped the wall slowly with my fingers. It's simple. Swing by my place when you get a chance. See what shape it's in. The crew that set me up, the first thing they do after I got locked up is go hunting for the land deed. After a long silence, Wang Junsheng agreed. All right, now tell me how you plan on pulling all that off. Fish on the hook. No reason to drag it out. Tonight at 10 p.m., Lucky Star Mahjong on Huaping Road. Tip off someone at the precinct, get a surprise raid going. Your problem solves itself. Wang Junsheng's eyes went wide. He wasn't sold, but something about my confidence made him nod hard anyway. I watched him walk away, and a slow smile crept across my face. Prison and the police department are two different systems, but they overlap way more than you'd think. Most of these guys know each other. Wang Junsheng had a solid connection with Detective Wu at the precinct, and Lucky Star was just a tiny alley spot, mostly folks over 40 killing time. Sending a few officers over for a surprise raid? One phone call, done. The others came back from dinner one by one and kept their distance as usual. Didn't bother me one bit. Honestly, I preferred it that way. Meanwhile, 3 uniformed officers had pulled up outside Lucky Star Mahjong. They checked the time. Good enough. One kick, the locked door flew open. And what they walked in on, let's just say it left a mark on their eyes.